Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lewis here. It's Monday, November 9th, which means that it's time for me to do another weekly market update on the crypto markets. In case you don't know, I like to look at the markets basically every day, but at least one day a week, which I try to get done every single Monday. I try to do a full market scan and get through as many coins as I possibly can. So that means that I go through Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the majors, and then I look at all the different coins like the mid-cap coins and some low-cap coins, and I try to just do technical analysis on them and see what the general consensus is on the market. And I plot out what I like to call my ideal buy zones. So these are the zones that I'm going to place my orders in because they have very high probability of bouncing and moving up from there. So I like to do all of that and plot all that out one day a week, which is Mondays usually. And so that's what this video is going to be. It's a lot of technical analysis stuff like usual. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to it right now, and then in like 5 seconds in this video, I will edit it and put the general consensus of what I'm thinking here in the beginning of this video. And then after that, I'll put my screen up on the screen, on your screen, and you could see me going through everything. And hopefully, if you're looking into getting into trading, if you're looking into getting into technical analysis, something like that, this video might help you, or all. That's really the purpose of these videos, is to just show you technical analysis. It does work, and if you know what you're doing, then you could be really profitable with it, and it could help you to get really good entries and really good exits on your positions instead of just hodling or holding on for a really long time, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people preach, and you should have a hodl account. You should, in my opinion, you should have an account that you just dollar cost average into. You should have an account that you buy at certain levels and just hold and don't touch. And then you should have a trading account, or you don't necessarily need a trading account, but if you have the time, you could make a lot of money having a trading account. And then you should also have accounts for high market cap cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, XRP, stuff like that. And then you should have another account for low cap gems. And there's a lot of different things that you should keep in mind when it comes to risk, when it comes to money allocation. And I'm gonna be making videos on all of that soon enough. I just need to do what I have to do right now, which is make the market update videos, because obviously we have to stay on top of the market, and I have to update you and everyone in the Discord group and everything like that. So let's, I'm gonna get to it, and then like I said, once I'm done doing it, I'll come back right here and give the general gist of what I'm thinking about the markets, and then I'll put my thing on the screen. So let's get to it. Okay guys, it's actually the next day. I was up till around 6 in the morning doing my analysis on as many cryptocurrencies I could possibly get to. And a lot of them seemed like they were having dead cat bounces. And at first I was looking at the market and I was seeing, oh my God, the total market cap is almost at the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement resistance. So that's not good. And there was a lot of things that were heading towards the resistance. Bitcoin is almost 16,000. It was 15,500, and it was going up to 16,000. And I was thinking, oh no, this is not looking good. I'm going to want to tether up more. However, as I continued to go through coin after coin after coin after coin after coin, a lot of them were looking like crap, yes. But then I started to see a couple. So there was Civic, and there was Loom, and there was a couple other ones that were starting to actually pop off. And I was looking at them and saying, oh wow, these have a particular formation. And so this is what I like to do, and this is a super big knowledge for you if you're trying to be a trader or something like that, is that you could look for coins that have popped off, and you look for the type of formation and the type of pattern that the chart is showing you, and then you could see that those coins popped off. And then what you could do is you could try to find coins that have that same exact pattern but have not popped off yet. And that strategy works really well. So I saw that a couple coins actually did pop off, even though the total market cap and Bitcoin dominance and altcoin dominance, everything was just looking really negative. But because I saw the coins pop off, I said, listen, you have opportunities, they come up, and if you use proper risk management, then it'll be worth it. So I started looking for coins that had the same formations as the ones that popped off. And so now I'm in a bunch of different cryptocurrency trades right now. Fingers crossed that they pop off like the other ones. I'll mention it in the very, very beginning as soon as I get done with this little thing. But for the most part, I am short-term very bullish. I want to say I'm short-term very bullish, but it's just like there's still a lot of coins that have not reached my ideal buy zones. So I'm in a place, and this is such a tricky part as a trader. It's like certain things. This is what happened. Bitcoin has been going up, right? Bitcoin's been going up like crazy. And Bitcoin goes up and then it consolidates, and it goes up and it consolidates. Normally what happens is Bitcoin goes up, it consolidates, and altcoins rise up because the money moves from Bitcoin into altcoins. But what happened is Bitcoin moved up, it consolidated, altcoins went down, Bitcoin went up, altcoins went down, Bitcoin went up, altcoins went down, Bitcoin consolidated, altcoins went down. And now Bitcoin is starting, it like reached a certain level and it's starting to consolidate. And now we're finally starting to see some altcoins move up. So it's like, I got into altcoins when Bitcoin consolidated the first time and I got wrecked on that. Or, I lost because of proper risk management. I didn't lose that much, but like I lost a little bit on that. And then Bitcoin went up again, and then now it's consolidating again. So it's like, okay, the altcoins, they haven't reached the ideal levels where I want to buy yet, but some of them are moving up in this consolidation period. So I have to go in because I would rather go in when there is a possibility of making huge gains rather than sit on the sidelines and possibly miss out. However, I'm not going to go in with my full stack. I'm going in with about half of what I normally go in on into these trades, and that's just to help me preserve my capital and just in case the coins do dip down to their buy zones, their ideal buy zones. Other than that, I'll put the formation that I was seeing up on the screen right now, and then I will start from the very, very beginning. But yeah, it was sort of a roller coaster. I literally started at 11, 12, 1, something like that. I don't know when I started yesterday, but I didn't stop till 6 in the morning. Or I took breaks, but it was basically till 6 in the morning. And so I'm gonna put that formation up here, and hopefully it helps a little bit. Okay, so before I get into going to the actual market update, I just want to point out what I saw. Like I started out really bearish because the total market cap is right here. Really, really close to the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement right here. You can see there's a huge level. So that's a big resistance, and I expect a lot of sell off right there. And the total two is around the, let's see, it's consolidating under the 38.2, and it's right over here. It's moving just above the 38.2 at this point now, so it's moving higher, so that's good. But yeah, Bitcoin dominant. Bitcoin is hitting this resistance as well, and then altcoins are hitting the 61. It's like they just missed the 61.8 support. But I suppose if we bring it up to here, then they did get it if you count it from the body. So it's just not the clearest picture, but regardless, I was being more conservative because it wasn't so clear. But then I saw this. And I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy to see this happen, right? See such a huge move up. And then I saw this, and I was like, oh my God, that's insane. And this is the daily, so this is just a couple days, right? So I'm like, what prompted this to happen, right? What prompted these giant spikes to happen? And what type of formation was there? Like, can I see some type of formation? And so going into the 4 hour, what I saw was that we had this formation or this pattern of like, we had this diagonal resistance and it, hit it over here and then hit it again. So 1, 2 taps, 3 taps, some consolidation, a move up, one more tap down, and then a big move up. And I also noticed that this right here was the support, right? But you could even say that this was the support. Okay, so let's say that this was the support. Right before the big move up, there was this crash down into this liquidity zone. Literally like right here, right? So it crashed down into this liquidity zone, and then people are like, okay, I'm gonna put my sell orders here because it dropped below the lowest low, created a new low, a lower low, right? And then it bursted up, and then it came back down, tapped the EMAs. It didn't even come back down to the support, which is ridiculous. Front ran the support, so no one could get in. Even there, it front ran this, and then just surged up, right? Ultimate, like, I don't want to call it whale manipulation, but ultimate screw as many people as possible move. Like, that was Civic, right? Let's look at Loom. Looking at Loom, on the 4 hour, we starting all the way up here, from this top to this top, that was 1 touch, and then 2 touch, 3 touch, and then you could see that it started, basically having diagonal resistance. You could even start it here and go to this one, and then further down here. Regardless, though, I noticed I went down to the 4 hour and I saw like, okay, so there was this diagonal resistance that kept on being touched. And then this was the support. This was the support area right there. It looks like that was the support. If we go back, yeah, pretty good support right there. Busted through the support, consolidated over here. And then it's like this area right here is the second support, right? So then it busted through here. And now it's like, okay, screw this. I'm getting out. I'm selling because it busted through the support. Another lower low. And then it had a little consolidation period. It busted up. And like this one busted up, came back down and got the retest. This one went up real high and then came back down, got the retest, and then went up. Regardless, what I'm looking for are things like that. Like I found Beam and I saw a 4 hour, okay, lots of tapping the resistance, the diagonal resistance. And this was, if we go back, maybe not on the weekly, maybe on the daily. Yeah, this was the support on the daily, right? It broke below the support and closed below the support on the daily. So that's a signal to sell. It's like, okay, it broke below this, previous closed back here. So people sell. There's a liquidity zone. And then it pumps up. And it pumps up so high. And then it comes back down and touches the support. This one luckily touched the support. And then started pumping back up again. So I saw this somewhere right where it is, basically. And this is a really big candle. So I said, okay, I'll get in right here. And went up, came back down. But now a lot of this sell side is taken off the market. So really, if buyers get in, and it's looking like we might have a cross of the EMAs soon, like I don't see why this can't do a 40%, or do something like what Civic did, like this. This was 400%, so I'm not gonna bet, I'm not gonna bet that like, something's gonna do 400%, but I could see it doing 40%. Why not? Say, and Loom, Loom did 100, 200, 300%, something like that, right? So I found Beam. Then I found Blue Zell, so resistance, lots of resistance on the diagonal. This was like a nice support. It broke below the support, liquidity zone, then busted up. It hit this resistance, busted down, got the support again, and is now making its way back up. So I said, okay, well, I'll take my shot. I'll take my shot at Blue Zell because now it's above this support level. And really it has a lot of supports underneath of it, like the diagonal and the horizontal and the EMAs. So I said, okay, I'll give Blue Zell a shot. Even ZRX on the daily, it had this diagonal resistance, and it dropped below the biggest support levels, and it even re-tagged the previous support turn resistance as a resistance level and dropped again. Oops, I don't know what that is. And dropped again, and then it just like, this is not right here. This is just a liquidity zone, I guess. Like, this is not an area where it should reverse from. This is literally just like, it just seems like such manipulation to me. I don't know. Obviously, like, back here it lines up somewhat like with this level, these levels down here, but it just doesn't. It's not clean, you know. But now it surged up and it had this nice little rally. So 1, 2, is this the third leg up? You just don't know. And so, to be honest, it's like, for me looking at this, technically speaking, I don't know technically wise why it's doing this, other than just like the fact that I'm seeing coins doing it, and so I'm going to go in. But there are some other ones that I really liked, like Comp. I'm in Comp right now. I really like this one because this one on the daily, I mean, look at this. It was just down, 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 right? And then it went above this resistance right here, dropped below it into this liquidity zone type deal, and now it's on its way back up. Maybe even going to the 4 hour will make a little bit more sense. But it made this pattern, which was really, really nice. And it's like, you could either wait for like some type of confirmation, or you could try to grab it, and if you see other coins doing, like, moving up, then it's a good opportunity to do it. Like, there's all of these bounces. There have been opportunities to get in, like right here we had the crossover, but it's like, do you see other coins moving at the same time? And what's the overall market like, So that's why I'm getting in now, because even back here, other coin, I mean, I guess some coins were moving, but you just don't know for sure, So there was Comp, there was Ren, which, had this diagonal on the daily resistance, and broke above there, and got the nice retest after it broke through the support. But what I was saying is that, like, it broke through the support, retested it as resistance, and it's like, okay, so now it's going to come down to the most logical level. It's going to come down here, or like down here to the next support levels, But like, it didn't. It just reversed from the middle, from like the 50%, which is not technically the most, like, the thing that happens a lot. So I wouldn't want to get in right here. I would want to get in here, or maybe here, but like, this is not the most technical sound level to get into. But since it did jump up and then it retested it, it's like, okay, well, I guess I got to get in now. So there was that. And there's also another one which I really liked, which was called Hive, which is a little bit different than all the other ones. But you can see Hive has this huge downward diagonal falling wedge, and it just broke out. So like, if I can hide this thing, then like, you could see it just broke out, and maybe it'll just consolidate, but like, maybe it'll follow the path of Civic and Loom and the other ones and just bust up. That would be pretty freaking cool. So a lot of these coins are doing this, and I'm in a lot of these coins. So I entered into Beam, I entered into Comp, I entered into Hive, and we're just going to see where it goes, because if this is the reversal, if this was the last liquidity hunt, go underneath the support, grab up all the liquidity, and then zoom it, just like they did with, Civic, and just like what they did with Loom, then I don't want to miss out on that. So I'm putting in positions. I'm just not putting in 100% of my stack. I'm not putting in all of my stack. But like, I have some positions. And with that being said, I think we could get into the actual market update where I'll go over the market cap, and you could just see basically what I'm thinking, or what I was thinking in the beginning. And I covered so many different coins in this market cap. So over 25. And yeah, I mean, you'll just see what I thought, and let's get to it. Okay, guys, so welcome to the market update. We're going to start off with the total market caps and go to the different market caps of the whole cryptocurrency market, and then everything except for Bitcoin, so the altcoin markets. Then we'll go into the dominance of Bitcoin and dominance of altcoins, and then we'll go into the actual things. So I'm going to go through this, and then basically last time I said that the total market cap, it reached 761 billion, which is, quite substantial, but it's not even $1 trillion. So there's a long way to go before we reach $1 trillion. But it reached 761 billion. It fell all the way down during the bear market, all the way down to 91 billion. So it fell all the way to under $100 billion, which is crazy. Then it came all the way back up again, and this is really significant because it stopped at the 38.2. And this is really big because it stopped at 30.2 Fibonacci, and then it started reversing. Once it reversed, if I move in a little bit over here, you can see that reversed to the 61.8, and that was the floor. And then it came back up all the way just underneath the 38.2 again, bounced back down to the 61.8, and now it's all the way back up to the 61.8 of the entire move up. So I'm going to do my analysis real quick, and give me 1 second here. Okay, so I actually, while doing my analysis, just saw something, and it's actually not really good news for the bulls. I just read this top part, right? This has been the same for months on end, right? And same with this part it's been the same for months on end. And what I said is that I expect the total market cap to continue to move up, consolidate under 400 billion. So basically, I've been saying this since forever. This is $400 billion, right? I said I expect the market to move up to 400 billion, consolidate under 400 billion. So it came up, bounced 400 billion, bounced 400 billion, bounced, consolidated under 400 billion, right? This is what I've been saying. And then I said I expect it to move up, consolidate before breaking higher to 460 billion. So it actually bursted up to 454. So it wasn't quite 460, but it's 454, which is only $6 billion, before. That's the 61.8 of the entire move up, as you can see right here, 61.8, right, from top to bottom. That's just like not good. That's not good news. So there's resistance here. And now we're in it. So I just wrote this. Technically speaking, we are in a resistance for the total market cap, just like how it reversed from the 38.2, which you could see. Remember when it bounced all the way up to the 38.2 right here, 38.2. This is where it came up to on the weekly, at least. It's before falling back down again. I think it's going to reverse from the 61.8. So come up to the 61.8, boom, 61.8, and then reverse down. And I think it's going to come down to either, let's say, like the 38.2, which is 321 billion, or if it's super bullish, it'll go to the 23.6, which is $372 billion. Maybe getting in at 400 would be a good idea, because 400 is a big psychological number. So I'll be looking to add into my positions at 400. It's at 300. It's at 438. So that's $38 billion less than what it is right now. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be in Tether. I'm gonna be in a lot of Tether because it's just not looking very good. Additionally, this is even looking at the MACD. The MACD is much lower right here than it was right here, and the price is much higher. So that's a bearish divergence. The RSI is very, very, very high. the star chart size is going down. So I don't know. It's just really just not really looking that good for the total market cap for all of cryptocurrencies, you know? So I'm gonna be definitely sticking with a lot in Tether, just because of this, and that is the total market cap. So I'm going to put that here, and then let's move on to the next thing. So looking at the total market cap for everything except for Bitcoin, so this is excluding Bitcoin. Last update was November 3rd, and I said consolidating under the 38.2. I expect it to move up along with total market cap. Yeah, I was expecting it to move up to November 2nd, November 3rd. Yep, and then it moved up, which is great. And it went above the 38.2, which is right here, which is at 146.4 billion dollars. So that's good news. Like the fact that it went up like that, but once again, like it's still at the close. It's still at the previous close, and these have only been wicks. There's only been wicks above this close, which is not the most bullish thing. I mean, it had this huge run up, and 350%, and then it was doing the consolidation thing, and now it's at the top. So it's at the resistance right now. I mean, if it busts through this resistance like here, like that would be really good. But I mean, look at it forming a triangle. I could see it coming down to 137 billion. Why not? Wicks back down here, keeps the trend, moves back up. Wicks down here, keeps the trend. And while this moves down from here 11%, maybe the total will move down from here to 400 billion. Where's the 400 billion mark? Right here. 8% to 400 billion, or to the 23%, 14% to the 23.6. So the 23.6 is looking more accurate. So let me put that in here. This looks actually, we do this. This looks more accurate, taking the total 2 into account. I'll just do that. So yeah, this is the total market cap for altcoins. Let's go on to Bitcoin dominance from last week's market update. Bitcoin dominance, it fell from 97 to 35, and then it bounced up to 38.2, which was right here. Then it retraced 38.2, which was right here. Then it bounced up to the 61.8, which is right here. Before reversing, it retraced 61.8% of the short move, which is down to here. And then 38.2% from the bottom to the top. So bottom to the, excuse me. Now it looks to be back on its way up to the 61.8. So it looks to be up to the 61.8, which is right here. So, oh man, let me just look at this. As Bitcoin dominance falls, Ethereum and altcoins rise. When Bitcoin dominance rises, it's not looking good for alts. When Bitcoin dominance reaches 53%, I'll put most of my crypto into Bitcoin. Once it reaches 53%, which is down here, this is where I want it to go. When it reaches 70%, I'll put most of my crypto in alts. 70% is right around here. It almost reached 70%. So is it 70% or is it 73%? That's the question. 70% is just up here, just below the previous all-time highs. So I said I'll do it up here because it's close enough to over here, and that's when I want to get into alts. Because you gotta get into alts early, Bitcoin dominance should have technically fallen based off the RSI, which makes me more bullish on Bitcoin. So that was last week, and of course Bitcoin moved up last week. So Ended up being right on that. That was cool. That's cool. Just about doing though. It's not necessarily about being right or wrong. Like that's obviously you want to be right, but like what's important is being unemotional and doing the things that have the highest probability in your mind, what you think. So that's what I'm doing. And let me just do a little bit more analysis on this. I'll get right back to you. So, sorry. So for Bitcoin dominance, it came up. It hit the 61.8 of this move, of the move down from up here to down here. It came up 61.8. Just below it. Just below it. I could see it jumping up, tapping it, and then dropping down. But it's like, look at this. Like the MACD is getting lower right here, and then staying the same, going a little bit lower right here. Like, and then the RSI was moving up, and then overextended, and now it's finally back down. The stock RSI has cooled off, and now it's saying that it's oversold. So let me get a drink of water. It's like, this is a little tricky because when it comes to the overall, we got the support down here, got the resistance up here. It's in the middle, it's right in the middle. It tapped the 61.8, but look, we had lower high right here. Then we had another lower high right here. And now it's like, is this going to be another lower high right here? I mean, it very well could be. So that doesn't give me very much confidence on Bitcoin. Like, why can't, on Bitcoin dominance? What if it just does this, Like, bounce, comes back down. Bitcoin dominance comes back down again. It just doesn't, I don't have the most faith in it right now. So that's Bitcoin dominance. Maybe we could see the dominance of the others and see what that looks like. Because on the others, it went from 3.79, 3.79 all the way to 63%, right? And then it fell 61.8%, boom, from here to here, and then 61.8% retraced down to here. And then it bounced up, guess where? To the 38.2, right here, 38.2, see? Both for the initial move up and the new move down. So now it's on its way back down. And a lot of the time it comes back down to the 61.8. So that's right here. So all dominance fell below the 200-day moving average and below the previous support. That was the previous support right here. So that's not good. And we could remove this, sure. The next support is 32.69. 32.69. It's at 34.92. So alts are almost there, but they're not there yet. They're not there quite yet. And a lot of times it comes back down to 61.8. And that's what it would be. The 61.8 is at 32.69. So I'm waiting for things. I'm waiting to go heavier into alts until the alts, the alt market dominance reaches this level right around here. And it's like the same thing. It's like this is the same thing happened with the Bitcoin dominance, is that and with the total, it got right below the 61.8, just how this got right below it the other day, and bounced up. The other ones were going up and they got right below the 61.8, and now they're starting to come down. So it's like, I'm just going to stick with this because I think that this one I'm sticking with and I'm coming down. So that's sticking with the game plan. For the other ones, total, it got just below the 61.8. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. 454 billion. 454.89. 454. No, it was 456. Okay. So, yeah. Sorry, I was just doing something in my head real quick. Basically, it got almost to the point. it got almost to the point and now it's falling down. So I'm going to stick with that. And then same thing with the dominance levels. It got almost to the point and it's coming and it's starting to reverse. But I think because the total is going down, the dominance levels are going to come down. Sorry if this is confusing to anyone. Hard to. I'm doing like 10,000 calculations in my head at the moment. So I think we should, looking at the MACD, this is so bad. Like, you know, this is lower, but then this is higher. I mean, or this is higher, but this is lower. Like, how can you really do anything with this? Maybe if we zoom out, it's just looking at it. I mean, looking at the dominance level, yeah, it usually even if there's a bounce, it usually comes back down. It usually comes back down. So here, so even with the bounce, so I'm still expecting it to come back down. And we haven't gotten to oversold territory yet, like we did back here. So yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off on getting too heavy into alts. I'm still in Tether. Basically, the point of all this is that I'm still like heavy in Tether. So the other market cap, same thing. It hit it right here. So hit it a few days ago. Good mid support. Good time to load up on alts. And we did have over the last few days alts move up. So that's really, really, really good. For some odd reason, it doesn't let me put an alert in. Like my alerts go off really, really, really weird with like these. Check MC check others D. See, I'll do that, but then this warning comes up and I'll continue anyway, and then I'll put it right here. Let's say right here, and it'll just go off randomly. Like the price will be up here, but it'll go off randomly. So that's a little annoying because these are really important levels. I'm just gonna put alerts in anyway, just because. Check 100 BTC D, and hopefully they'll go off at the right times. Like that would be really good if they do, because that's sort of important. And let me put the last one in. I'll put one in down here. Okay, continue anyway. And then go down here, like boom. I'll put this one in like here. Okay, so hopefully those will go off without a hitch. Let's go on to Bitcoin now though. My analysis, and then I'll come right back. Look at Bitcoin. Just a few weeks ago in October, you could see this ridiculous formation, right? And basically, it should have sold off right around here. This is where the big sell-off should have happened, right? But it didn't happen. And if you look at the RSI, you can see the RSI became oversold, right? Overbought, but it stayed overbought. And then even when it had the sell day, it was still overbought. So that was a good indicator to move in, right? So if something should happen, right? If the price should go down, because look at this technical indicator is saying the price should go down, but it doesn't, then that is an indicator of itself to move in. So either way, moving back to the weekly, what we said before, if I bring this over here, is that Bitcoin, it hit $19,378, crashed to 3,100, came all the way back 61.8%, up here, boom, 13,250, and then came back down to the 61.8% of the move up, which is 72,000, somewhere around there. Came back up, boom, again, and then had the COVID scare somewhere. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Here it is. Boom. COVID scare. Boom. And then back up to the original 61.8% at the 13,000.8 level. And so that was last week. That was right over here. And I said continue to push higher, currently within the big monthly resistance, starting to sell a little bit up to 14K. Speaking of probabilities, it has a higher probability of going down while in the zone than going up, in my opinion. So it had a higher probability of going down, except it ended up going up. So it went up, but at this point, now it's up again. So now I want to sell a little bit more. So starting to sell a little bit at 14K. Okay, so it's 15.5 right now. Starting to, I'll say sold a little bit at 14K, selling more now at 15.5K because the price is higher, so get more back, right? Looking at the chart right now, we had such a huge run up with virtually no pullbacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, basically, for over a month in Bitcoin. So, I mean, we hit a huge resistance level right here. And I could see a pullback happening. I mean, I expected the pullback to happen at 61.8. So the fact that it came all the way back up to 78.6 and just busted through the 61.8, that's really bullish. But like, eventually there's a pullback, you know, there's always a pullback. So I just wouldn't be surprised to see one. And I mean, this was the major resistance. This really was. So if there is a pullback, it's hard to say. It's hard to say where it would come to, but the 23.6, you know, is a pretty good level. So honestly, I would probably just start buying in. Like, this is Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, I like to just buy it, like buy here, and then I'll buy down here. I'll have a big stack down here. But yeah, I mean, it acts both rationally and irrationally. It broke out and sort of retested this heavy support, or this minor support, and then sort of been on this crazy run up. Like, it's not supposed to just run up forever. It had some really nice gains. It had some really nice gains of almost 60%, or 61%. That's absolutely insane. So we're trying to get to the all-time high. I could see it coming back to the all-time high, but it's just the MACD not looking very good. The RSI did come down. Like, over here, it was just well above it, right? But then it eventually popped back down. And it's, I don't know. I think that the risk to reward is like too great. Obviously, for my big portfolio, for my dollar cost average and HODL portfolio, I'm keeping the majority. I'm not going to sell the majority, but just for like my trading portfolio, you know, I'm definitely scaling out a lot. It sort of reminds me of what happened back here. Like, what happened back here is like we broke out, right? And we broke out past this major resistance and broke up. And then we even had this major resistance right here, which was the 11,500. And we broke above that. And then we were sort of just like up here for a little while. Well, we broke out of this major resistance, right? And now we're sort of up here for a little while. And why can't we come back down at least to the moving averages? Because moving averages are they're like rubber bands, and the further the price moves away from them, the more violent the swing will be back. So yeah, I'm scaling out of Bitcoin for the most part. Okay, so let's move on to ETH now. Basically, you know, it had some of the biggest run-ups to 2017 due to the ICO craze. Then it, you know, fell so hard. It was one of the biggest, losers basically. Um, there's a lot of reasons to be long-term bullish on ETH though. It serves a unique purpose. It's the number 2 market cap coin and it has brand name and brand recognition. It has the most developers on it out of any other cryptocurrency, are constantly being iterated. And many cryptocurrencies still use ETH as their initial starting point. So I'm much more bullish on Ethereum than I am on other coins. Last time I said that I'm expecting it to continue up to 515 before a big sell-off. I'm taking profit at 497, just below the big psychological number of 500, and then I'm stacking in my rebuys. Great times to stack are the diagonal and horizontal supports. So, this is 440, it's at 447 right now. I said I was doing it at 497. It hasn't reached 497 yet. But at this point, it's like, it's getting so close. It's only like 12% away from 38.2. And that's such a big number to get over. It's only 12% away from there, and it's also 15% away from here. So it's difficult because it's not really in the most ideal spot, right? So November 9th. So currently not really in a trade zone. Can't really buy it or sell it here. Being conservative, considering the total market cap is super high, I'll sell a little here. So I'll sell a little bit here, right? Yeah. I'll sell a little bit right here. And then if it reaches this level, if it reaches 499, 497, like I'm going to 497. Yeah, I'm going to sell it once it reaches 490. Like that's when I'll sell the majority of it. But I'll sell some right here because it's only a few percentages off from 490. The RSI is up here, and this is basically a bearish divergence, right? And then the MACD looks terrible. Yeah, I don't know. The only saving grace for Ethereum is that like Ethereum 2.0 is coming out, so okay, let me just get this straight if you're listening to this. You want to have Ethereum in your portfolio because when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, that will kickstart Ethereum. So that will drive Ethereum's price up so much. It will be way more than what it is right now. Because Ethereum 2.0, like this is definitely, a lot of this is because of Ethereum 2.0 is coming out and people want to get in early. So you have to get in early for Ethereum 2.0. And that's why I like to buy Ethereum as much as Ethereum as I possibly can. And I'm sort of a little mad because like, I don't know, I just should have bought more. I continually buy it, but like you always want more, you know what I'm saying? So I'm selling it, but I'm always going to have a big stack of Ethereum. Just like how I'm always going to have a big stack of Bitcoin. Like these two coins, you don't have to sell like crazy, buy and sell like crazy, like you do with the altcoins. That's why altcoin, I like these coins in terms of long-term investments, and I like altcoins. I like them all in terms of long-term investments, but like I trade altcoins much more frequently than Bitcoin and Ethereum because Bitcoin and Ethereum are such solid plays. They're so guaranteed basically that like I just, for the most part, I only sell them the same way how I only sell my long-term investments, which is at very, very, very big resistance levels. So the 38.2 and then the 61.8, like these are going to be my biggest sells for Ethereums right here and right here. This is going to be my biggest one by far, is $779. that's definitely going to be my biggest sell for Ethereum. But for the most part, we're still we're still down here. Like that's not bad. It's not a bad place to be stacking in, you know. Of course, under 100 was the ultimate. That's ultimate buy zone. Yeah, buy as much ETH as possible if it comes down underneath 100. But at this point, oof, I don't think it's going to go back under 100 at this point. I could see it coming down to like 280 maybe 300. Oof, it's looking bullish, but the market is like looking like it might turn bearish, if that makes sense. It looks very, very bullish, but the market preemptively, I'm thinking the market might be turning bearish. And even look at this volume. This volume is much lower. This volume is much lower. This volume, even though it's only Monday, so you can't count it. But oh no, this is the monthly. Oh yeah, well it's only a few days in. It's only 9 days in, so you can't really count this volume yet. But like the volume has been getting lower, even when the price moves higher. So yeah, I'm not the most bullish on ETH. You really just can't do anything with ETH. And I'm gonna move on because I'm taking way too much time with ETH. Even in ETH versus Bitcoin, you know, major support. I'm still gonna wait till I'll add an alert here. I'll say major support ETH BTC. Create that, you know, and I guess publish this. Moving on to XRP. Same thing as last week. It's between support and resistance, so it's in a no buy zone right here. If it comes down here, then good time to get in, but until then, no good. Oh, I think I forgot to do Ethereum Bitcoin, but yeah, Ethereum Bitcoin, same deal. It's above the support. It almost reached the support, but didn't quite reach it. Had a nice bounce, but I think this is a dead cat bounce. I expect it to sort of come back down, sort of like how. Where is there another example? Right here, and then it came back up, nice, and then just fell. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe it'll jump up again, but eventually, most likely, it will fall. That's what I think. XRP BTC. XRP versus Bitcoin looks absolutely horrendous. It's sort of sad. This is really sad, XRP, because like Tron did better than XRP, you know? When Tron does better than XRP, it's like, what is XRP doing, you know? So much potential, but would have been better off putting it into almost anything else. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the support area for this. Same difference. Don't really have to change anything else with that. Then there's USD. I like USD. We go daily on dot because it's just not enough TA on the weekly. Let me grab this thing, bring it over here. I do really like dot. It's a long-term hold. I'm extremely bullish on dot for the long term. It has incredibly potential, lots of fundamentals. I'm accumulating as much dot as possible, especially when it comes back down to here. I really wanted to come back down to here, to be honest. Like, not gonna lie, I really wanted to drop another 33% so that I could get as much as I possibly can right around here. Hit our buy zone right here, came up, hit it again, came up. But really, it's a long-term hold for me, so I'm sort of just waiting up until here to sell. Other than that, if it comes down here, I'm gonna get it. Like, it's not too difficult. At dot compared to Bitcoin, it's sort of the same thing, just waiting for it to reach the 78.6 down here, and I'll put in a little bit right here in the USD value, but mostly I'm looking to come down here. This would be literally perfect if it could reach somewhere around here. It usually reaches here and then like consolidates or something, but like if it could come down here and then boom up, that would be pretty awesome. But trying to follow mostly. For the most part, I'm trying to follow USDT or USD values, because that I feel is what the big players are following. Then we have Chainlink. Okay, so Chainlink, insane gains. Let's just see what I said last time. I said I'm going to stack in 2 orders at different buy zones, $7.31 and $5.01. If it jumps above the resistance, I'll put a long trade in on the retest. So this is the resistance. I'm still waiting for it to jump above here on the retest and close above here. It has yet to do that. So once it closes above here, that's when I will put in the buy order. But once again, with the market looking pretty bad, I'm not expecting it to do that. And that was Link. Link against Bitcoin. Looks like could be a dead cat bounce right now, or it could have went below the 2-1. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really too fond of this level in regards to Link versus Bitcoin. I would have been good. Let's see if I could find. Yeah, this is right. So I would have been really good at this level against Bitcoin. And obviously, we had that big spike up, but it dropped below it, hit this, and I would have been really good at this level. It didn't quite hit it. Oh, it hit it right now. It hit the 78.6. So maybe I'm sort of expecting it to come back down. Like, this is my major support for versus Bitcoin. If it gets down here for Bitcoin, then this obviously is where I would get in. For Link versus Bitcoin. So did anything really change? We'll be playing the USDT tape. Yeah, okay. So nothing really changed. Let me just change the date on here, update it. Get in. Maybe I'll make it obvious. I'll say get in here, get in here and press OK. So that's Link. BNB. Yep. BNB, same deal. November 3rd was the last time. So somewhere over here, it had a little bounce. It had a bounce up, but I'm still expecting it to go down. So this is still the buy zone. So basically my ideal buy zone and my ideal buy zones, they're not being met. This is from the bottom to the top, right? Yeah. From the bottom right here to the top right here, come down, hit 16.6 for BNB. So hit my monthly close. It hit the monthly close resistance, right? It's on its way back down to support. And I'll get it at the support. 61. I'll add 61.8, 16% slash 16 $17 slash $17. All right. And I will add, do I have an alert on here? No, I don't. So add an alert, get into BNB, create. Let me just, since nothing really changed too much for this, I could just copy this, copy, and then I will paste it into here. And this way, the alerts will go off and the chart will come up in the Discord VIP channel, which is great. So that's BNB still, yeah, too close to the resistance, too far away from support. So I'm going to get into support. Let's go down to Binance Coin versus Bitcoin. Major support is right here. So that's not too bad for Binance Coin for Bitcoin, but oh man, now that it's back down here, it's like it already touched all the way down here. Now it's coming back up, and is it gonna bounce again? I would rather see. This is sort of a tough one. I would much rather just stick with USDT pair. It makes a lot of sense. This makes way more sense to me because there's this major support, right, or it's resistance right here, but here it's support, here it's resistance, then support, then it's support, then it's resistance, then it's resistance, then it's support. It makes much more sense that it's going to come down here and touch this level, right? So as far as the BTC pair this has a lot more down to go. So I'm not gonna get in here, or I'm gonna edit this. So I'm gonna be like, hitting. I'm just gonna say it's hitting support. USDT pair has a long way to go though, so wouldn't really be putting in, putting in a lot here. I'd wait for USDT pair to hit support. There you go. So now we got that. So at least I know. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna. I think this is gonna drop underneath here. Anyway, Crow. I like Crow. I think it's a solid project. I want to accumulate a lot of Crow to get their credit card. I will also be accumulating large portions at major supports and holding in order to stake and get the card. It's a long-term play. As for the trade, the amount of Crow required to get the cards went up 150%, and the jump in price I was expecting never actually came. This was last week, which was on the 3rd. Let me go to the daily. So this was right over here. So yeah, it was right over here. So I was like, okay, I'm selling it, and so I sold it. Yeah, and the next price is down here for the ideal buy zone, but now it's like, oof, like, as it gets closer to this area, it seems like not the best. It seems like a little scary, right? Gosh, what I would do with this is I would put in a little bit here, just for long term. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say ideal buy zone. So basically, this is my ideal buy zone. So I'm gonna put in a little here at the ideal buy zone for a long-term play, and then if the price falls all the way down here, then I will buy sort of a substantial amount more, and I will just play it, and I will just hold it. I'll put it into the crypto.com app. And I'm going to do that right here. Bring it down here. I'm going to do that. And let me add an alert. So let me just add an alert. And I'll say buying Crow for long-term hold. Multi-year maybe. And putting it into crypto.com for interest. And so if it comes down here, then that's what I'll do. I'll be sure to buy a whole bunch down here at this price. And I think that's really, really good. So that's Crow, and going down from Crow, same thing down here is Crow again. This is crypto.com versus Bitcoin. This was when I got my entry over here, and then when it dropped down, I ended up getting out over here underneath the support, just because it really didn't show strength at all. So looking versus Bitcoin, honestly, I think this is gonna drop much lower. So got now only going into the hitch entry 2. Actually, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that. But price failed to bounce, so I got out. We'll only get in on the USD pair or USDT pair. I'm gonna say it. I think it will go well beneath the lows on versus BTC. So before correcting. So let me do that. And I'll just put lows down here just so people know. And this is versus Bitcoin. So I have to publish this because this is a new type of chart. So trend analysis, tags, Crow BTC. And then this way, anyone who follows the Discord group, VIP, will get that in there. Or if you're watching this right now, you'll get that in there too. All right, let's go to Uni. So Uni is very, very unique. Let's go to daily chart. So on November 3rd, it's too new to have any real technical analysis on it. You basically have to go off fundamentals. If you believe the fundamentals are really, really good, listed to Coinbase. I believe it's a future 2x to 5x out of nowhere, just sometime in the future. And I think the project will do well, but only after major retrace. So I'm waiting for the ideal buy zone. This is my ideal buy zone, going in heavy here if it reaches this price. This is a good level to stack in. November 5th, November 4th, November 3rd. So was this the level to stack in on the 3rd? Did I do that correctly? Yeah. Fib retracement, good level to stack in, plus boom, fucking crazy good. Damn. So that's really, really, really good. That's it from the bottom to the resistance is 43%, but it actually ended up going up 60%. So that's pretty crazy. And that's Uni. So Uni did really, really good, and now it's, it did come up above the resistance, and then it's consolidating above the now support. Technically, this would be a good retest. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could do something like this. I feel like this is a good enough trade, risk reward, that it's probably worth it. Let's go to daily. Get the retest. It's hard. I'm not totally feeling it, but it's like, why did I do that? To Uni versus Bitcoin, same thing. It had a nice bounce and a nice bounce and a nice, and then basically just tanked, really, to be honest. And a lot of sell pressure up in here. I mean, ultimately, this is the new support down here. This is the support right here, and it's the resistance right here. So it's too far above the support to really warrant getting into a trade. 30% above the support, even though it could go up to this resistance. I feel like it's just too risky to really get into too many things. So unless there's a lot of confluence with stuff, then that's about it. Then I'm not really going to get in. When it comes to the... Oh, wait a minute. I should check. What I have not checked, because I turned it off, was the RSI and the Stoch RSI and the MACD. Yeah, things are looking pretty overbought. Looking really high. The MACDs, I mean, the RSI is looking fine, but like whatever. At least on the daily. So this is some type of consolidation, and I don't know, it just looks, to me it looks sort of weak. I'm not really going to buy it. So that's Tether versus Uni versus Bitcoin. How about Energy Web Token? This is just something that I like to include in here because it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite tokens. Energy Web Token and Quant are my two favorites. So I'm just like buying and buying and buying and buying. I put so much money into Energy Web Token. It's really, really good. It's my favorite coin. If it comes down to $1 to above $1, oh man, I'm gonna put so much in here and just like hold it, because this could be 100x. It's so, like, I'm so excited for it. It could be 1,000x. Like, so stoked about Energy Web Token. Look at the fundamentals if you want to do that. So that's Energy Web. I don't really pay attention to the price of Energy Web Token. I just pay attention to the fundamentals. It's a long-term hold in my ledger. Then Quant, we got Quant. Nothing's really changed for Quants. It's another one of my 100x potentials. I'm just buying it here, buying here, buying here. I'm just buying, buy. As it comes down, I need to edit this to make sure that it, save it, boom. So now this is saved because it was not saved before. So if it comes back down, I'm going to buy a bunch here, 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 here. I'm just going to keep on buying more Quant as long as it comes down. Let's go to VET. VET is another one. VET, I like to buy, and then I transfer it over to crypto.com, and I just hold it in crypto.com, and I get my interest, super high interest at crypto.com for holding VET. So I'm just buying. I bought some here. I'm gonna buy a lot down in this. If it gets down to this ideal buy zone, I really hope it does, because I wanna double. Maybe, yeah, I wanna double at my. I'm gonna double down here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna. Excuse me, doubling down here, doubling right there, and then if it reaches here, doubling again. I'm gonna doubling again. So I'm gonna double here and here, and bring my average price real low. I'll probably have average price around somewhere around here if that's the case, and then just wait, hold it out. And that'll be really good, because VET is a super good project in my opinion. It's one of the best. So, you know, I could potentially like sell it right now because of this fact that it's underneath the 200-day moving average now, and it's at the resistance. But I think I'm just gonna hold it. Yeah, I don't really sell it. I just sort of hold it. I just hold on to VET. Because it's not in my active trading account. It's in my locked up crypto.com account. So VET is part of my long-term portfolio. I average in, transfer VET to a high interest account, accumulate interest. Yeah, that's really 0.65. Yeah, 0.65. That's where I'm gonna get the majority of it. I think that's it for VET. Let me just see anything else. No, that's pretty much it. VeChain versus Bitcoin. VET is part of same thing with Bitcoin versus Bitcoin. I feel like it might drop lower than even the lows. Since I've been seeing some cryptocurrencies drop below the Bitcoin chart's lows, I'm lowering the Bitcoin chart's lows down to this level now, because it's the right thing to do. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll set an alert here. Get into I'll say get into VET BTC here. Mostly follow the USDG chart though, and I'll just put that there so that people know. Once again, I'll publish this idea. VET BTC, category trend analysis, tags VET BTC. All right, there you go. So now that this is here, I could copy this and put it into the alerts. Copy, and then I'll go into the alerts. Edit horizontal align alerts. Man, my mouse is being really annoying right now. Okay, save. So now if it reaches this level, I'll get an alert, and I'll go in to VET BTC at this level. Let's move it down. DIA. So DIA last time, if you remember, I got out of DIA. I've been averaging in. I forgot to honestly, I should have sold it right here when it fell below, but I just never sold it. Or I should have sold it right here when it fell below this area, but whatever, I just held on to it. And sometimes you make emotional trades. I don't actually think that I did an emotional trade, because if you remember last time, this is what totally screwed me over with DIA. This chart is a bullshit chart. This is with KuCoin, right? And check this out. I sold it on down here on KuCoin, because you could see this candle right here fell below the previous lows, right? Well, look at it on Binance. It never fell below the previous lows, but it did on KuCoin. So they manipulated the price on KuCoin, but on Binance it never fell below the lows. Regardless though, luckily it's falling back down. So I'll probably actually end up with a better entry. Like I said last time, if it dumps to 55 cents, that's what I'll be buying, you know, my hodl bag. If the EMAs cross up, I'll put on a trade. So I sold right here because this closed below the low. So I was like, this is screwed. And then even though it didn't do it on Binance, so I have to check the Binance charts, not the KuCoin charts, because KuCoin doesn't have enough liquidity. And they can manipulate it. And then it rallied up, and I was like, shit, I guess I missed it. I missed the rally. But as it came above $1, I got back in above $1. But then, of course, and then it rallied up to 115, but then it came back down. So then I got out again for a very small loss for this trade. And now it's back at basically the price where I got out of it at. So it ended up actually being a good exit based off of this chart, but still pretty pissed off at DIA. However, it doesn't change fundamentals behind it. It's one of the best DeFi coins out there. It's one of the best Oracle coins out there, excuse me. And it's one of the best projects. I have a lot of the reasons why right here. I believe it's going to do extremely well in the next bull run. So once it reaches 55 cents, I'm going to buy it and hold it. I think that's a great price for DIA. Other than that, no mention, no talk, no more talks on DIA. Oh, I should probably put that in here at 55 cents right here. I'll say at alerts, get into DIA. Get into DIA for the long-term hodl position. And then I'll just create this trade right here. There you go. Mantra DAO, what a fucking disaster Mantra DAO was. I really liked this coin and had so much hype around it, but it really just ended up not performing. However, I have my bag. It's a very small bag, DeFi Uniswap play. It's a fundamental project, long-term hold. I entered it right here on the retest, and then I entered it again down here at the 18 cents, and then obviously it just kept on crashing. But this is one of those Uniswap DeFi gen plays. I'm just gonna hold it, you know, and then hopefully sell it if it ends up coming back up. So what I'll do is I have my alert to sell right here, and I'm just gonna wait until it reaches that price, and then I'm gonna sell it. That's basically all you can do. So it's gonna go up there, or it's gonna crash to zero. That's what you get though when playing this game. Let's look at SXP, one of my favorite coins. What did I say last time? It's too many good fundamentals and hype around this coin to really sell this prematurely. I said that I was going to get in around 88 cents for my big bag. I got in around 88 cents for my big bag. I do think, however, that it may come down to 43 cents. So 43 cents, maybe even 16.84 cents, because if you look at this is the lowest price on the graph. So I have my alert in for right here. I'm not necessarily trading it. I'm not going to trade it right now because I think it's going to go down. I think it's going to go down a lot more. I think it's going to crash. I think it's going to go down to at least 44 cents. And then possibly do a scam wick down. I don't know if it's going to scam wick all the way down here, but I should probably write this in. So let me write this in and I'll be right back. Basically, I said that I think that it'll crash down to 44 cents and then move up a bit, then either scam wick down to just below the 44 cents. So here it is. Here's this thing. Let me write this down. I think it's going to do this down to 44 cents. Go up a little bit. Maybe it'll come back up here. And then I think it'll come down here again. Boom, scam wick down. And then start its ascent. Start its ascent upward. So let me write this and let me do this right here. There you go. So that is SXP versus USDC. SXP versus Bitcoin. Really, this was, it fell below there and then jumped up above it. This would technically be the place to get in for Bitcoin. So, versus Bitcoin. It's just the fact that the total market cap and everything else is like it's so high, and I could see it falling down. Do I see the return of the alt market right now? I don't know. It's a little difficult to say just because, like, if Ethereum 2.0 comes out and like that's it, I don't know. I bought it here. I bought it here. I'm in it. I'm not going to sell it. That's the deal. I'm not going to sell it. But I could see it coming down here. I could also see it bouncing off here and then moving up, but just that's only because it's at such a low with Bitcoin, but other coins have fell below their Bitcoin lows. I mean, and this did fall below their Bitcoin low. And this is not a good candle. So no trade entry for SXP at the moment. ZRX, I really like ZRX though. So ZRX is another coin I really like, looking to start loading up around the IBZ. So that's basically it. Yeah. I mean, ZRX, I just bought ZRX. Like one thing I did with ZRX, which was really good, I just like bought it here, I 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 bought it here. I just kept on buying it. Right? And then it had this like crazy run up, which was absolutely insane from like here to here, right? That was like 600%, 700%, something like that, you know? So that's like for a lot of these coins, that's really what you got to do. That's really not what you have to do, but like that's actually a good strategy. It's just like buy, and then like, you know, eventually it'll pop and then you sell and you start selling on the way up. So I sold a lot right here, I sold a lot right here, and I sold the remaining position right there. That was it. So, and that was one of the biggest plays ever, you know, I've ever had. So I'm not really convinced because look at this is a huge head and shoulders right here. So here you go. This is, I could see it reaching this level, to be honest. Looks like a rocket ship. But I'm gonna start loading up around the IBZ. Wait, is this record? This is recording, right? Yeah, okay. We'll load up more at the low. Yeah. Low. Heavy here for long-term hodl. Okay, so got that. There you go. Do I need to make I need to update this. I need to update this to the 9th. Okay. On 0x versus Bitcoin. Ideal buy zone is down here. And yeah, maybe I should move it up a little bit. I'll move the ideal buy zone to right there. I have my alert, so nothing really more to say on this. I just need to update this to the 9th. See, this is really nice. This is why it's nice to do this on the weekly, because if I do it on the weekly, I don't really have to update it too much. We got Cardano now. So Cardano, you know, excuse me, my alarm went off. I'm going to keep on going for a little bit because I feel like I wasted a lot of time. My Cardano went up like absolutely insane, you know, and then dropped. Had a nice little run up, you know, So really, you know, it took almost 2 years, you know, 581 days before it jumped up above the previous resistance, and now it's back at the resistance, you know, it's aka support. But really it had this beautiful consolidation period, and it's like this was really big consolidation, and then finally it jumped above, and if you got on the retest right here, you would have been able to make, you would have thought that this is where you would have sold, get in on the retest here, sell it up here, but it just never reached it, you know, it never reached that level. This was the 23.6, but in reality, I don't know why I have that as the level. This should be the level, the 38.2. So in reality, this is the level to watch out. This is the major resistance. So it's in the middle. It's right in the middle. Remember that the old coins like ADA have a lot of people that are waiting to sell their tokens from 2018. So you got to be really wary of this. It's in no man's land right now. And I'll get in at 65, at 6 cents basically. If it comes down there, that's about it. Looking at the RSI and the everything, yeah, it's still in the no man's zone. I mean, yeah, basically nothing's changed. Cardano versus Bitcoin. wouldn't be, wow, I haven't updated this one in a while, so November 09, 2020. Just waiting for the bottom. Just waiting for the lows. Not too difficult. I have an alert. Yeah, I do have an alert, so there you go. This is for the week. How about the daily? Oh wow, that's really bad. Daily looks absolutely horrible. So I could totally see it coming down here. In fact, probably even a little bit lower, to be honest. This is conservative. I'm gonna bring this a little lower. Bring it even more so. Yeah. That looks more accurate. I would do that. And then I would do like a little bit in here, and then I would do like a little bit more like right at my stop, and then I would actually have my stop, because this is probably this area is probably an area where like everyone probably has their stops right here. So I would probably do this. Unless it comes, it could potentially come further down, and this could be the very, very, very bottom. You just never know. So I'd say putting in a little here. Putting more in here. This is basically, yeah, this is basically ADA. There you go. Publish. So now we're moving on to really just like different altcoins, sort of out of the big major things and onto altcoins now. So this is Ion. Once it broke this diagonal support, which you could see just continually bounced off of, it was basically game over, and I'm not really interested in this until it comes to the bottom. This is where I'll start throwing in some capital into here, just for holding it, and then eventually sell it somewhere up here for however many gains that may currently be them. It's 86% gains. Versus Bitcoin, this is what I was talking about. You can't really trust the lows for Bitcoin comparison charts, because it's just, look at it, like this is the low, it fell below the low, just like a lot of other ones. And there was one that was actually, once I update this, hold on a second, November 9, okay, finally got it. Waiting until yeah, that's it. And now this is actually, technically, I guess, should change this to red. This is a resistance. So now it's like, where price discovery for versus Bitcoin. Algorand. I liked Algo. I thought Algo was really good. It was an IEO that came out on June 22nd of 2019 at a price of $3.44. And it's at 26 cents now. It dropped immediately 61.8%, and then found ground at $1.30, which is somewhere up here. And this was way back here. And the bounce is very short-lived, and then quickly made a lower low, and followed by more lower lows and lower lows. Just kept on making lower lows, basically, until finally it got listed on Coinbase. It is listed on Coinbase, so that is pretty good. And then finally it came all the way down here. Saw the reversal, and it just, yeah, February from here to here, it just totally crashed with the March lows of the Corona before going up again, and it did the classic move up where it came up, bounced off of the support, and then blasted all the way up. I think I bought it here and sold it here, but regardless, it kept on going up and then crashed back down. So now it's all the way back down here. And this is just crazy volatility, right? So I'm still in the trade from the 10th. So basically, I had a trade in. Let me bring this down here. And then this is from October 19th. So let me update this. November 9th. So I'm still in the trade from the 10th. So on the 10th, October 10th, I got in somewhere around here at this support. This was my first buy zone support, right? And then I said I was doubling up if it reaches this level down here, or doubling down. So I'm sort of just like waiting for it to reach this level down here. If it reaches this level down here, then I'm gonna I'll double down, and but then again, now it's like, now I'm seeing prices go so much lower, so I think I might actually change. In fact, I will change it. I have to be more conservative now. I have to bring it all the way down here. This is up, down. This does look like a good market cycle graph though. And then it drops down a little bit. It'll drop down somewhere around here if this is comparing it to the average market cycle, and then it'll bump up. So I don't know whether double down here or double down here. I'll be conservative with it because it is a very big position. So I'll put in my order down here to double down. Same thing with, because this is what happened. This is like what happened with algo on Bitcoin chart, and this is why I'm following the USDT charts right now. It's because USDT charts, it has a long way to go, right? It has a long way to go until it reaches the bottom, either this bottom or this bottom. But for Bitcoin, it reached the bottom. Like it reached the bottom right here. Like I got in right here. Like this is where I got in. So now that it fell below there, it just is not really good, like I hope it comes back up here, and I'll probably sell it if it comes back up here. I'll probably sell it where I double down, and then I'll look to double down here. So that's what I said if it hits 2026, which is right around here, 2026, I'll double down, which is what I did. It's been around 2,000 to 5,000 for most of the year, 2 to 5. And during this was during the most bearish times in crypto. It's going literally anywhere between 2,750 and 2,000 and getting out up here, like, between 4,000 and 6,000. That's the move. It's on Coinbase Pro, it's on Binance, it's on Kraken, it's also a Binance IEO. I'm pretty comfortable holding algo for a long time, and I'll double down if it hits 2026. So let me update this because it happened November 09. Doubled down, doubled my position at 0.0000 2026, right? Now if it comes back up here, this is now red, it's now resistance. If it comes back up here, I'm going to sell my double down position. So let me write that down. Comes back up to right, double down, I'll sell my position that I added, and we'll look to double down lower. So that's sort of like a key piece of information. I mean, I do really like this level, but just looking at the USDT charts, like it didn't hold over here, and there's still this much more to go. So 15% down here, 22% down here, and all the way another 55%. It's just too difficult to tell. And with the uncertainties, especially with the total market cap, I wouldn't really want to be exposed too much. I want to be exposed. This is the essence. I want to be exposed, but I don't want to be exposed too much. I want to be conservative in my trades right now. So I'm here, and I'm sort of just waiting. But I don't want to wait necessarily all the way to the bottom, because it's very difficult to get the exact, well, it's sort of difficult to get the exact bottom. But if you average down in really good areas, like if you average down here, this is a really good area to be averaging down in, given the whole past history of this. So this would be the area to be averaging in. So I'll bring this up here, and I'll see a double down right here. Because now that I think about it, that's actually the way to go. It honestly is. 2 double down if it falls further. That's algo. Then there's something called Arweave. I had support. Support was right here. Arweave is on Huobi though, so I mean I really like this coin, but it's only on Huobi. So actually, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna see when it's listed on Binance, and then I'm gonna put an alert in, and so maybe I could get it when it gets listed on Binance. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I actually just figured out that Arweave is available to U.S. citizens through Bilaxy Exchange. So I do have some coins on Bilaxy. So maybe I'll get some Arweave because it just seems to be a good coin. It's a new coin to keep an eye on. Coinbase Ventures backed it. It's a cool concept, like with the permanent web. It's all about, what you put on the web is like permanent, and you can see the original. So maybe I'll actually throw like, I don't know, $500 or something into Arweave on Bilaxy and just see what happens. In fact, let me just do that. Our BTC looks really good as well. Same exact thing, Well, I can't say really good. I'm just saying for holding, it's like this. But obviously, like I've been saying before, the best thing is to get in on the USDT pair because it's 24%. This is definitely only a few percent. This is much less, so you wouldn't want to get in here. You'd want to get in much lower on the Bitcoin pair because I feel like on Bitcoin it could go much lower. But that's that. Band. So Band was really good. If I go into my VIP group and I look at my band, you can see I starred Band. I put a star next to Band, and this was the entry. So that was this right here? October 20th, a month ago, last month. I was like, it was all the way up here. I'm like, get in right here, support 1, support 1, support 2, boom. And hold on a second. Let me do this. 60% gains on Band. That's like excellent. Totally excellent. To sell Band or not is the question right here. Yeah, all right. So selling Band seems like the smart thing to do, I guess. So I'm selling it right here. I'm gonna sell Band right here, and then I'll aim to get in on the. I'm just gonna aim to get in back here again, to be honest. So all I'm gonna do is make sure that this thing goes off again. So November 09 will, okay, caught support 1. When did I catch support 1? I caught support 1 November 2nd. November 2nd. Sold November 9th. That was for, nope, about 50% gains. For about 50% gains, we'll get back in if the price comes down again. That's basically it. So I got that. So I need to update this. So going to banned Bitcoin, same thing. Actually got in right here at the bottom. What an excellent call this is. Like seriously, insane. And did I call that earlier? Wow, I love that. So yeah, that was banned. Um, Banned BTC looks like it's going to continue going up, but like, maybe Bitcoin will go down and banned will go down, but just not as much as Bitcoin, and that's why banned versus Bitcoin will go up. So sticking with the USDT levels. BAT got basic attention token. Looking for my thing. Here it is. So man, I haven't done these ones in a while. I'm going way back in this update. Seriously. What did I say? July 26th. So let me go to the daily. Last time I did band was over here in July, and I was like July 26th. I was like at the resistance. So optimal play would be to wait until the resistance breaks, then get in on the retest. Since many coins are busting through resistance, I'm going to put a small amount into BAT here and at the consolidation and triple it if it hits to line 2, which is support. It never got to line 2, but I put in a small amount here, and then I guess it just busted up, and we got out right here, which is at the top, which is pretty sweet. So that was July 26th. It is no longer July. It is November 9th. So I need to really bring this down, and let me just do my analysis on this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so if we look at BAT from the start, it had a huge start in March 2019. That was the bull market. This is just Tether Binance. There's a lot more information besides this, but this is just Tether. So it had a huge start, and then it crashed down to the lows, right? 100% retracement back down to the start. Then it pumped up to the 38.2% retracement of this move down. It pumped up to 38.2%. Then it crashed back down to the lows. Then it pumped all the way back up, actually above the 38.2, which is really bullish. It pumped all the way to the 50%. So that was really good, but obviously didn't hold, pumped all the way, and then dropped all the way down below, right below the lows. This is during the COVID scare. This happened to a lot of alts, almost all of them. It dumped below the lows, right? And then slowly made its way back up. And then it had that nice play. The big play that I was doing around this time was I was waiting until things busted above the resistance, right, which was the lows, and then tapped it again, and I'd get in on the retest and just ride it up. So that's what happened, and we rode it all the way up, or it went all the way up to back to the 38.2 resistance, here, same thing. Boom, 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 it consolidated around here. That's when, but I was noticing that a lot of other coins were busting through, so I was like, okay, I put in a small position, got a small position here, and then busted up, sold at the top, right? And then fell all the way back down, and now it's just been like slowly but surely grinding its way back down. And we can even do this. Yeah, we can even do that and see that there's a clear resistance level right here. So now we have two resistances. We have this horizontal resistance. You can see it was resistance, support, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and now it busted through, and now it's acting as resistance again. So I would expect BAT for USDT, just looking at the chart, to come back down here to the buy zone where it just kept on continually got bought up every single time, except for in COVID. So that's going to be my ideal buy zone, just looking at it super simple. Looking at BAT for BAT compared to Bitcoin, you could see that there is this major resistance right here. So you can just plot that out like this. Super easy, right? It was also support right there in the retest. And you have major support right here. Well, this is the low, but the major support was really right there. So this is the most significant one, but now we're below it, so it's resistance. So compared to Bitcoin, it's getting really, really close to the support, right? But at the same time, it's like the USDT is bouncing off this resistance, and it's coming back. It looks like it's coming back down. So, and we've seen a lot of coins fall beneath the lows for the Bitcoin level. So this is a low, but like I wouldn't try to get in on this low, necessarily. Like I really wouldn't bother. I would just look at the USD levels. And not to mention, the RSI isn't oversold yet, and the stock RSI is just flatlined, so terrible looking. I mean, for long term, it doesn't. For long term, it's at a good buy zone, but I'm not buying it. That's all I gotta say. Let's go into Chiliz. Chiliz. The last time that I did Chiliz was July. Man, listed September 6, 2019. Back right around here. Saw a huge pump in the first hour right there. Huge pump. And I'll go down to the daily because this is just a crazy, crazy chart, right? So we saw a huge pump in the first hour and then a massive dump all the way down to here, right? We saw a huge, then it had a quick dead cat bounce and then it fell again. So massive dump, dead cat bounce, fell again, found a bottom at around 4. It's like a fourth of a cent. Then slowly started moving back up from there. Slowly, right? Something must have happened around October 14th because the price started its huge move up around then. It moved from 4 cents, almost 5 cents, to almost 19 cents. It's not even 4 cents. It's 0.0049 to 0.019. Right, like all the way to up here. That's like 300%, and this was only in 3 weeks. So something must have happened to really, really get this surged off, right? So since then though, it retraced like ridiculously. It did the classic 61.8 to 38.2. So what I'm talking about with the classic 61.8 to 38.2 is look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to count 5 waves up and then do the retrace or the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. And then what I do is I get in at the 61.8. So I would get in right there, and I would have my sell order at the 38.2 right there, right below. And you can see, get in right there, sell right there. So get in at the bottom of the wick, sell at the top of the wick. It's super, super, super effective, especially if you see 5 counts up, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like something like that. Super effective. And so that's that. There's also, or you could have tried to get in this right now. This was the way to go for sure. Because this was probably the 4-hour chart. Probably looks much better on the 4-hour if you check that. And I'll just go back. Let's go back to check it. Yeah, it's super clear on the 4-hour. So anyway, go back to the daily. Exit out of that. Hold on a second. Let me just bring this over here. There you go. So it did the classic move, then it dropped to the 78.6. So it dropped right around there. And this is also a classic move, 78.6% retracement. So a lot of the times after really big run-ups, it'll do the classic 61.8 to 30.2, and then it'll just like slam down to the 78.6 or the 88%. So one of the two. I really like getting in around the 78.6 level and then doubling up at the 88% level. But it depends on the type of market and just a whole bunch of stuff. So once it did that, it consolidated around there before jumping up back to the all-time highs again, basically, like right up there, all-time highs. So I could actually take this. I feel like this is good enough to take this and bring it up here because this is really the all-time highs, right? So let's expand this a little bit more. And then of course it crashed, dropped all the way back down. This must have been March. Yep, this was March. This was the COVID scare. Dropped below this level, right? Went back down to the all-time lows. Did it go below the all-time lows? Because a lot of the other ones were going below the all-time. So this one didn't even get to go below the all-time lows. And this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the candle like this, which is just absolutely insane volume, sell volume, and then a reversal candle like this. That's what I really want to see, like anywhere to jump in heavy again. Anyway, it did that, and it crashed all the way back to the lowest price on the chart during the Corona crisis in March, right? Then it slowly grinded its way back up, and it did the classic, touch like what we talked about, the multiple resistance touch, break, retest, and then just off to the races, right? And it's now in a and back in July, it was in a no trade zone, so I didn't really trade it. If it falls back down to support, I'll put it in a small long position. So June, July, so somewhere over here. So wow, I must have just missed. I either got it or I missed. I either got it. It looks like there's an alarm set here, so I bet in my group I had it in here, but yeah, this was the support. And I said if it reaches the support again, I'll put it in a small long position. So I'm really surprised what happened. Maybe no, this is August. Yeah, wow. That would have been a perfect trade. Get in at the support. This is why it's so awesome. This is why looking back at this stuff is so cool. You can see what's been working, what hasn't been working, and stuff like that. But now this support is now the resistance, right? See, resistance, heavy resistance. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get rid of this, right? So because this is no longer in this scenario, and I have to continue. I have to add, what happened what happened after this. So slowly grinding away back up, did the classic multiple touch, breakout, retest, boom, 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 got all the way back up. So made it all the way back up to the all-time highs before crashing down again. Hit the support, hit the support and fell beneath it. So yeah, now it's beneath the report. Currently beneath the support. Excuse me. Beneath the resistance. So I'll say we'll look. Yeah, I'll look to get in at the lows. I'll look to get in at the lows because this is too close to the resistance. Like I'm not gonna get in at resistance. That's stupid. So I'll get in at the lows. Let me save and let me just save this. November 09, 2020. Yeah, we got that. Let's move on to the Bitcoin version. Yeah, the Bitcoin version is actually really, really accurate. On this chart. Support, broke down below the support, and now the support is resistance. So I need to change this color to red. Change this to red. I'm going to change this, or I'm going to put a big green thing right here. And if this could get green, then obviously that would be ideal. The ideal buy zone would be right here. So I'll just put ideal buy zone. Super simple. You don't have to overcomplicate things. Let's go to Comp, because Comp is a very interesting play. Coinbase Ventures coin, a lot of hype around Comp. Comp had this very, very steep downturn, you could say. Yeah, it looks something like, it's hard to actually get the touches. I might have to go to the 4-hour. Go to the 4-hour. Yeah, this looks pretty good. It's not exactly perfect, but looks like this. So starting here, like lots of touches, just down, round. And it's starting to round off. So you could see like very, very, very steep, and then like rounding. And now it's like, is it going to stay flat and then go up, or like, is it going to go like this and make a big U? That's what we don't really know. But Comp is definitely one of the coins that I would look at because it has like hype and stuff around it. Looking at the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour does look sort of okay. But the daily, looking at the daily here, this is much lower, this is much lower, so it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say what to do with comp. I'm still not, like, I wouldn't want to put in a big position or anything like that, but we haven't even really had like a lower high, like a higher low situation, you know? Like, you can't really count this as a higher low. Like, it has to drop and like come right here or something and then start moving up. So there hasn't really been maybe on the 4-hour. Okay, so on the 4-hour, low, lower low, lower low, same low, lower low, and then finally a higher low. So we had one higher low and then lower low, right? But now we've had same low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we've had 3 higher lows. Out of all the coins I've seen right now, I think comp might be the best looking one, to be honest. And if we put that there and we put that does not look right. This looks like it's more accurate, something like that, right? So honestly, I'll put this on for comp. Why not? Put this on for comp. Okay. Do this. Up to say here. Honestly, not bad. Not bad. It's difficult to see like, you know, comp doing this, but then like others like band or Ocean or, you know, some other ones that I went through today like falling, you know what I'm saying? But lower, I mean, yeah, I mean, let me write this out. So basically, this is gonna be my. I'll put this trade on, 3 higher lows. So 1, 2, 3 higher lows. Possible trend reversal right here because the moving averages crossed over. May break out of this triangle that it formed. MACD right here. This is higher than here. So that's a positive sign. It's healthy. Stoch RSI this is higher than here and it's moving up. That's healthy. The RSI itself, this is high. It's remaining above the midline. That's healthy. So it's a positive RR trade of, you know, nearly 3-to-1. So I could see this trade working out. So I'm gonna put this trade on. I'm gonna alert the people in the VIP and yeah, let me just do that. Okay, so that's comp for you. That was comp USDT. Comp Binance comp versus Bitcoin. See, comp versus Bitcoin too. Like, you know, it's like catching a knife or what? You know, who knows? But it's looking like finally it's at the end. Who knows? Looking at Dash, we got Dash down here. November. Wow, the last time I did Dash was nearly 1 year ago. That was my analysis. November 2019, October, November 2019. So somewhere around here. RSI was oversold. Stoch RSI oversold. MACD first bar up. Indecision candle forming. Possible first day of short-term market reversal. It did not last. October, November. This is November. Yep. No. Boom. Pff, terrible. So let me do my analysis and I'll get right back. So simply looking at the support level and the resistance levels over all of these resistance levels right now, it's in a no trade zone. I mean, of course, you could say this is a support level and it's at the support, but no, it's not. It's just not moving. Like if it wanted to move, I feel like it would have moved. It's just consolidating around this area a tremendous amount. It's not moving. There's no action, you know? So I'm not gonna risk it. Like I would much rather get in down here at these bottoms, at these lows, because right here it's just too much consolidation around the support, and it's even fallen below the support a few times. So that's gonna be my dash analysis. So going on from Dash, and you could also see going down to the Bitcoin versus Dash, it's dropped below the lows. Look at this. What I was saying, it's consolidation, consolidation, and then drops below it and dissipates. Consolidation, consolidation. So I'm guessing it'll drop below it and then dissipate down there. So that's what I'm doing with Dash. With Dash versus Bitcoin. Dash versus Bitcoin, it's like, yeah, this is just not something I would want to be a part of basically up until here, you know. This will be the interesting level to watch for Dash versus Bitcoin. Moving on though, we got Tether. I mean, excuse me, we got Tether. We got Engine Coin. I do actually really like Engine Coin as a overall coin. I don't see my thing anywhere, my little text box that I have, but it's a fairly new coin, and I really, really, really like it, especially for the gaming sector. I think it does very, very well. So let me write that out. So basically for Engine, Engine, in my opinion, is a very excellent long-term play. I believe it's the top gaming crypto out there. I believe crypto will be huge in the gaming industry and that Engine will lead the way. And I actually have a really big bag of Engine, and I just hold it on crypto.com and earn a lot of interest on it. So really happy with that. And I'm just waiting for it to reach this ideal buy zone. Once it reaches this ideal buy zone, I'll go in super, super heavy, and that's quite a ways away. So if it reaches that, that's another 62% drop from current levels. So that's really just what I'm waiting on. If it happens to pop back up above this resistance level, this is a pretty clear resistance. You know, if it pops back above it, maybe I'll grab some more on the retest with a stop loss down here, but and then take profit right here. But that is yet to be seen. So I'll put in an alert. So I'll say if it, well, it's like this is just such a wide area for support resistance. You know, like this is support and resistance right here, but over here it's in the middle. You know, and over here it's in the middle. Over here it's a good support, but like you could argue that we're at the resistance right now, you know. Looking at the weekly though, it just seems a little clearer. Even if I bring it down, you know, I'll bring it down a little bit, I guess. Let me bring it down here, so it's a bit more support resistance. Still though, we're basically at the resistance. We're so close to the resistance, so not gonna get in. Obviously, not gonna get in. But yeah, that's Engine. Love Engine. Sort of waiting for it to come back down and then buy a whole bunch. Even for Bitcoin, you know, it's still on its way down. This doesn't really look like a reversal. I don't know. So I'm still waiting for it to reach this zone for Bitcoin. EOS, got EOS. Let me get rid of this. This was my buy, and I wanted it to sell right there. I'm pretty sure I wanted to sell. Maybe I actually did sell that for a profit. Either way, it's back down at the major support, so could go in here, but I just don't really like EOS at this point, and this looks like a giant head and shoulders, and it's gonna come all the way. It looks like it's gonna crash. Yeah, it's so funny. All of these look really bad to me. But like I looked on Twitter, and a lot of the traders on Twitter are saying it's really good. Even someone who is pretty respected in the space, I guess, in terms of their TA, were saying that they're buying different cryptocurrencies right now, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sharing with you right now like what I'm looking at, and it just seems like really bad. So yeah, I'm gonna stay out of EOS. And yeah, so honestly, I'm just gonna stay out of EOS because it's too close to resistance. But I'm gonna end it here because it's 1:24 in the morning, so I'm gonna go to sleep. But yeah, I did a lot. I did a lot of coins right now, and I posted them up in my VIP right here in the ideal buy zones, so anyone could just click on them very easily. And like comp, I put in the current in the VIP alt signals. I got comp, so that was really the one that I wanted, and I filled everyone in on the on band. I said, hey, I'm taking my thing on band, but anyway, and I decided to put that in the winning trades because over 6% gains for band, so that's really cool. And yeah, I'm just gonna do this, and I'll probably do more tomorrow. I did a lot this market update for some reason. It's over 25 coins. So I'm gonna head out on this one, but hope you enjoyed it, and hope you get more of a sense of how to trade and support, resistance, Fibonacci, different strategies, just like good stuff like that. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you on the next video.